Aloha kako. Good morning. Welcome to Pono Part 4, Kuleana in 2022. We are with Aunty Tammy Hoe-Smith and Uncle Herbert today. Aunty Tammy and Uncle Herbert are up at Lunalilo Home broadcasting from where Aunty Tammy cares for all the guests there and their Ipono needs. And Uncle Herbert and Aunty Tammy have been living and teaching Ipono in their communities for decades. So we're so excited to be with them and learn about Ulu today. My name is Nālani, and I'll be your facilitator moderator. And on the ground there, we have two lovely ladies. We have Laurie Seto. Say hi, Laurie. And let me just spotlight you. It's Laurie. She's working the camera for us. And we have lovely Tasha. Where's Tasha?
Can you see me?
Hold on, let me spotlight you. Oops, color my. There we go, there we go. Okay, give the wave, give the wave. All right. And so she's also doing the zooming in on the Ono food. So if you can't see something, let us know and we will get that camera to the spot where you need to see. Elenel's giving us the hearts, happy face hearts. Love it. Okay, so without further ado, I'd like to introduce Aunty Tammy and Uncle Herbert.
Aloha, everybody. So welcome back, and this is our last session, and we really want to share about Ulu, yeah, and why Ulu is important to us and our ohana is that we come from Hakipu'u, right, on Oahu, and Hakipu'u is known to where the first Ulu tree was planted, yeah. So Kaha'i, yeah, the navigator, came home from Samoa and he actually brought the ulu tree to Hawaii, and it was planted in Hakipu'u. So for generations, right, we know the olelo, we come from there, right? We are now probably at our 8th generation in Hakipu'u, right? With me being a grandma, my parents are being great grandparents already, and it is before us. And so to honor that, we honor the ulu and what it does and how important it is for our people and our lahui, and it's the food of famine, right? It took care of us when food was really rough, but ulu was plentiful, and that is what sustained our kanaka. And and everybody has their story all over the world because ulu breadfruit is grown all over the world. It's not just here in Hawaii. There's where we can identify 200 different varieties, right? In Maui, there's a garden that has 200 varieties of ulu and from all over the world. So so we know that we feel very close to it. We feel responsible for it. We feel our kuleana to it. We have ulu tree on our property in Hakipu'u, and it's still abundant in Hakipu'u. And my dad knows where these ulu trees are grown, mauka in Hakipu'u, and there's still fruit coming off of those trees that my dad grew up with. So for us, it's important. It's a kuleana that we take seriously, and we've been able to be creative and curious about ulu and learn about it. And we know it's a seasonal fruit, but then we have lucky trees that sometimes grow all year round. So for today, we want to do just a whole bunch of different things, but with Lent season, right? Easter is here. We have Lent season, and today is pretty much a really vegetarian kind of day. And we're gonna just show you what we do, right, as a family, and we kind of just going go, and do a lot of things. Me and my dad talked about, oh, we're gonna do this, and this, and things might have changed overnight, or just in a few hours or what we're able to put together. Unfortunately, we don't have a whole ulu here today, but this is ulu that I process throughout the year when we have ulu. And so I freeze them in different textures, different stages. So the first one here is actually the whole ulu. I mean, we quarter and then we steam them and then we I kept the skin off. So this is frozen, right? So this is frozen. So what we're gonna do with this ulu, we're gonna make ulu chips today, right? With this. So we'll slice it and then we'll fry this up. Okay. This ulu, this is actually a super overripe ulu. And what I did is I baked the whole ulu, skin and all, and then I process it. I just run it through a food processor with the skin and all, because in the skin, when you bake it, it holds all the sugars, the natural sugars in the ulu. And you know, when you can smell overripe ulu, you know it's fermenting and all of that. But this one is at its perfect sweet stage. And then I just process them and then I freeze them. And I use this for baking. So this mix right here, it has, this is a cornbread mix. I just added some ulu and I'm gonna add in some kulolo. Yeah, I'm gonna add kulolo to this and then we're gonna bake that. This stage right here is just after steaming them, I skin it, I take out the core, and then I cube it, and then I freeze it. So this is all frozen ulu today. But this is just the way I freeze them so that I can get them in all different stages. And because I have all kinds of different needs for ulu, right? So that's what we're gonna be doing. For, again, like I said, the responsibility for ulu is generational for us. And we know how important it is for our people. It's a little bit more available to people to purchase from grocery stores now because in Kona, there's a ulu co-op that they're all the farmers in Kona take it to this processing center. They're the owners of this co-op, and you know, they take all their ulu over there, they process them, they cook them, and then they bag them and freeze them, and it's sold in stores now. I think you can find them in Longs right now and Time Supermarket. Yeah, so it's available, it's readily available. I think people fear ulu because they don't know what to do with it, right? I know for sure a lot of different people, different nationalities, they all eat ulu, right? Different ways. We all, you know, and we all enjoy ulu, yeah, the way we like to enjoy. When I first got married to my husband and his grandma, which is not Portuguese, but she would cook ulu. She would cook the whole fruit, boil it with Hawaiian salt and chili pepper. But that's a Portuguese style actually, right? And then they just, you know, cut them up and that would be, but it would be spicy. So it's like, that was something new for me to know. But then as time goes on and I'm learning more about ulu, like, you know, and where our family is known, and my son created this turkey ulu burger, right? And it's one of the best school lunch meals that we've been able to provide for Hawaiian charter schools, and that would be one of the kids' favorite. And you know, we love it, and but I'm not gonna share the recipe, you know, because it belongs to my son. I don't have the rights to his recipe, but you know, we will show you guys just how to be creative with ulu, right? And like I said, because we're in Lent season, we'll stick to being more vegetarian, and we know that there's no meat product in today's presentation, but our protein for today is going to be tofu. right? So the tofu, so we're going to do on breakfast, right? We're going to do on loco moco using ulu tofu. That's going to be the patty. We're going to do a ulu hash for the in place of rice. We're going to do eggs and we're going to have brown gravy, right? I do package gravy, guys. Okay. And it's pretty simple. And definitely, oh no, we know that. And then we, again, like I said, we're going to do one muffin. I just waiting for that kulolo to be ready. We're going to have kulolo butter. I'm going to make that. We're going to do ulu chips. Yeah, and then my dad might figure out, oh, maybe we should do this. So we see where we at, what kind of time we get. Waiting for lots of questions, waiting for just, get involved with conversations. Stop me, like I said, ask plenty questions. We can talk story a lot. We do have 2 hours. I did get the email that said if I wanted to end early, we could, but I want to spend 2 hours. I want to spend that time talking story and really, because you might not see me for a while, because I'll be busy. Remember, I'm gonna be writing a business plan in the next 2 months. So, just I want to encourage everybody on how to and really enjoy ulu. So I would just give my dad a little bit chance for talk story about what ulu does for him and how he feels about his kuleana to ulu.
As was mentioned that our family comes from Hakipu'u, but I can say proudly that I was born there because I was born at home. So I come from where the ulu comes from. Not only that, but you understand we come from the area that is known for taro also. So we have all of this kind of background, but interestingly enough, I didn't realize growing up that ulu tree that we're talking about seemed to have still been alive when I was there, which is, I'm not 100 years old, but it was a huge tree. It was a huge tree. And, we were just amazed at where it was planted because we don't know. There's nobody that lives there. But understanding that, later on in life, that truly that, ulu came from where we actually live. And it was, right at the spring that is up on Mauka. So it was always cared for. I didn't see any bigger ulu tree any other place because it was constantly fed by the spring that it was rightly placed. And so there's that part, and I cannot confirm it, but we just run up the hill and there it is. If the ulu is ready, we climb over and go pick it up. That kind of thought, but not realizing how significant this product is. And being someone that enjoys cooking, same as my daughter, and a whole bunch of us that enjoy that part of our lives is food preparation. But this, as mentioned, this is one of the life sources for us growing up because we can take it down to the beach, build a fire pit or whatever you call it, and then we throw them on the fire and then we just cover them up, and when we fall swim, we just open it and there it is, ready to be eaten. And because of the skin that's on it, it's all protected, the acid. So it was a perfect reason for not going home for lunch. There was many other things at the ocean, so we didn't have to, take anything. But as I said, that was a way of life, not really realizing it. And then, here we are today sharing all of this, like, you know, we know everything, but we do know a little bit, and then we do have a background. I just wanted to show that significance, and even that the tree that Tammy mentioned, it came from Mauka too. So we said, okay, that's the tree, part of, because it has roots that goes all over. So there's this whole place that has ulu trees. So that's how it kind of moves along. So again, I just wanted to share about ulu. So yeah.
So what we're going to do first is I'm going at least finish the baking, right? I'm going to start that. I'm going to put chum in the oven. I'm going to just grate the kulolo into our mix. 1 second.
There's a lot of towels behind you.
Okay, so kulolo. Yeah, so this is taro, steamed with sugar, coconut milk. Yeah, dessert. And I'm going to add this to this ulu biscuit. It's just a cornmeal biscuit. So I think I can just not really. Okay, so I re-steamed this, so this is pretty soft right now. So yeah, my husband made this. He grew the kalo. Yeah, and this is kind of one of his specialties. He's known to make ono kulolo. And I'm gonna just mix this all inside. Then
Everybody makes the best ulu,
kulolo.
kulolo. You will hear it all the time.
Yeah.
And and it is true, because that's how you feel about it. That we all have our own opinions, and it's a good thing, because it's a lot of pride in that ulu.
In the
Because
kulolo.
I'm sorry, in the kulolo, because it takes so long to prep it.
So it's just a really simple cornbread mix. That's what this is. And then I added the processed ulu in it, and then I use all the same water. So I use the liquid from the ulu, yeah, when it's defrosting, and then I'm gonna just mix into this kulolo. So I'm gonna just break this up, and it's kind of just for me, it's just chance them. Like there's no recipe for this. You just take the simplest thing that take a simple biscuit recipe, and then you just add what you feel you should add. So I like ulu and I like kulolo, and I feel it works well together. And it's a good biscuit, and we'll just enjoy that. Butter, kulolo butter. Just add kulolo to your butter. Roast it for me. Like, it's not magic. It's just what you ono for, right? So if you ono, chance them. Yeah, I'm not a good recipe person. I don't. I look at recipes and I said, okay, I think I get them, and then I just do my thing, and if it works, it works. If it didn't work, oh well, at least I would try, and then I figure it out again, and then until I'm satisfied with what I wanted to accomplish. So just go like that. I don't call myself a chef, yeah, because I get schooling for sure, but it's not important. What is important is this guy next to me. That's the most important thing. If you can tell, if you see me on the road and you say, hey, that's Herbert's daughter, then you know what? I've done my job. That's the most important thing. That's the best title I can ever have in my lifetime, right? And if you guys see him on the road and you guys say, hey, that's Tammy's dad, huh? Then, you know, we both did our thing, right? So, you know, but I am Herbert Ho's daughter. And that's the biggest accomplishment in my life.
And I've never worked in the industry.
Yeah.
That's not my job, actually. But yeah, we are where we are today because. But again, you know, that's where I think it's very interesting. You know, I realize that we have, you know, people that online that say, you know, Aotearoa, and I respect them very much because they are the backbone of what we are doing today. They demanded that we be who we are. And it's not just Wala'au, but go to Congress, go to your legislator and say, we are the natives of where we come from. And, you know, and it's the movement that, you know, I have personally been in, and, you know, my family has been very aggressive to say, we are, you know, who we are. And we can say that because we are, as I mentioned, you know. So again, there's a lot of, you know, reasons why we do it, but then our best venue is in food preparation. So, you know, it is what it is. Yeah,
So it is windy.
Yeah.
We have a question from Doreen.
Yep.
Nālani. She says, have you tried adding the defrosted kulolo without steaming it to the cornbread mixture?
You can.
Just
You can, but then you know, depends how you like work with them. And you would have, then you could grate it, right? Let it get a little softer, let it defrost. But for me, I just didn't take them out of the freezer, so I had to hurry up so I can do this. You know, I just came from work down the hill, so I trained one new cook today, and I had 5 minutes to kind of get this together. So yes, the answer is yes. You can use, you know, you don't have to re-steam it. You could just let it defrost, and then it'll pretty much just crumble up, and you can just add them into that. So, yep. Nobody makes a mistake cooking.
You're right.
Right? Everybody do your thing. Yeah, there's no wrong. Yeah. If you can eat them, awesome. If you cannot eat them, don't serve it to anybody else. You know? You know, maybe you better go. Hopefully you get pigs, you can go feed the pig, but don't serve anybody else if you can't eat it. Okay. So we got the first thing in the oven, right? So at the end, like yesterday and like every other day that we've been cooking, we're going to end up with one whole meal over here. Okay. So we're going to do, now we're going to do that breakfast. Okay, we got that muffins in the oven, cooking. We're going to put together the patty, and then we're going to start to do, it's like, what do you say, on hash, so like on potato hash, but we're using ulu. Theme is ulu today. We're going to put in a little bit of sweet potato in the same thing, and that's going to be the substitute for rice today. Okay, so but we're going to do the patty. I got it.
You got it.
Yeah. That piece of onion that I get at the end of the table. Right there. So then add a little bit onion. So this is the tofu. Again, that's the tofu block. It's the firm one that I use. Then we're going just really cut up some onion. Yeah, there's no magic to working in a kitchen. You know, I don't have a secret on how to not cry when doing onion. Just hurry up, cook fast. You know, that's the best thing I can tell you. Some people cry, some people don't cry when doing onions. If you slow, you're gonna burn. If you fast, you're not gonna burn. You know. My dad made fast kids. Well, at least his daughter. I don't know about my brother. You know. And then we'll just add in ulu. Okay. And then
Take some of
yeah.
the protein stuff.
And then when crack on 2 eggs.
Yeah.
So we're gonna add eggs to this mix. So remember, this is just tofu, ulu, onions, and we're gonna put in 2 eggs inside, just to help bind. Okay.
We have another question, Auntie. What do you think about putting corned beef in the patty?
Oh,
Can?
you know, but I was thinking about Lent. I would totally do the corned beef, and so it's like corned beef hash, right? But instead of potato, you're using the ulu. So same thing, gang. You know, you honor for that, do 'em. Yeah. There's no boundaries to all of this that we're doing, but because we're honoring Lent and the season, yeah. So that's why we're just doing vegetarian. I mean, and you know, corned beef a little bit expensive now, right? But you know, it's honor. We all know it's honor. I mean, when the thing not even on the shelf and you gotta go ask the cashier if you can buy corned beef, that's a little, you know, we're in rough times, right? Okay, so we're just gonna add the eggs. Help bind. Done for scooper.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so I'm sure you noticed I never put any seasoning in here. And the reason is because we get brown gravy that going all on this, right? So you can, up to you, you know, what part in your life are you? Can you have more sodium? You add the sodium. If you're going to swell up, well, I warned you, right? So where you gonna get your flavor? For me, it's going to be in our gravy, yeah. So let's not because you can't, once you do it, and maybe you know you heavy hand salter, you know, you cannot take out salt, yeah, from anything that you do. So the best thing, because we're trying to be health conscious and we want to live a day longer, yeah. I feed Kūpuna, so I have to make sure that they can be here on earth as long as I can be responsible for. And as long as I'm responsible to make them meal, I try to be as healthy conscious for them, right? Anybody need for bar on prep cook? My dad is for hire. Okay. So
Everything.
yeah, he wash clothes good too. My dad is good. He keeps the lint off of my clothes, so I really appreciate him. I use a scooper. This is a 4-ounce scoop, right? So we get a 4-ounce patty. right? Put here. Then we're gonna press down. Okay. So imagine this ono loco moco. Okay, we're not going to fry, we're going to bake. Okay. Remember, the only thing that's not cooking this is that egg. Tofu, you can eat them cold. Ulu is already cooked. Just put it in the oven. Want that?
Just gonna put it up here, yeah.
So much.
Where?
In the oven. Yeah. I got it.
What degree do you have the oven at?
375. Yeah. So it's a slower cooking process, right? Give me that. Sure.
Get all the new contractions over here.
Yeah.
Create a regular oven.
Okay, so we just did the patty. So I'm gonna have my dad work on the hash. I'm gonna fry 'em.
So we're gonna do the same process?
Yeah.
We're gonna mash up?
No, chop it down.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Have you tried putting the patties in an air fryer?
No, I haven't, but I
But it works.
do
It
have
should
an
work.
air fryer. But you know, I cook bulk. Home cooking, I don't cook at home. We Simon. Yeah. But when I go work, I cook it for 500, right? So there is no way I'm gonna use an air fryer. So I use oven. Oven is my best friend. So I do a lot of oven work, right?
But the principles are all the same.
all
Yeah,
the same.
there's no magic to it.
We have these great new appliances that work wonders. I mean, I get one air fryer. You know, I brought my dad one air fryer, but he don't even know how to use them, and
Yeah.
still stay in a box on Molokai. But you know, he's learning. He uses mine here, and it's awesome. And I'm sure that Patty would be really great in it. But you have to remember, it doesn't have any oil in it.
Yeah.
In that patty also, yeah. So, but we want it to kind of crunch up. So you know, even if you fry them, that's or no. But because we're using oven and we just try to do a lot of things all at the same time, you know. So again, the answer is yes, can, and there's no wrong answer. And I say go for it, you know. And if it worked, I will tell you yes. If it didn't work, blame my dad, because you never know how to use them. So, but you know, all kidding aside, you know, just have fun in your kitchen and do you know, and exactly what we're doing. Me and my dad never write one recipe.
Yeah.
I just telling my dad what to do actually today, you know, and just go for it, Dad. We're gonna just do this and it's gonna be great, you know. And the end result's gonna be what these two ladies tell you guys how the thing tastes today. Because we just going, we just doing, and you
So
know,
we get plenty
we
pets.
okay with the truth. You know, if not good, tell us so we know serve them to the next person. But you know, if no, we made them. Yeah, Dad, we take the credit.
Always.
Yeah,
Only good though.
yeah, only when good.
That's great advice, Auntie.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's no, you know, a lot of magic happens in the kitchen, but you have to have this attitude. You know, don't be worried. You know,
Just use the information and be
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Because you know you cannot beat Sam
yeah,
Choi.
yeah,
You know, and you know the whole time he's laughing anyway. So
yeah,
you know he don't even know the recipe.
yeah.
You know.
And he only think he can cook.
And we say a lot of things about it.
Yeah, but you know, perfect example. I'm training a new cook down at my job today. You know, she get credentials. You know, I cooked all by myself for 30 people, and you know, I'm okay. Shoots, you know, like okay, but you know, and I don't like to micromanage anybody, and you know, so I told her this morning. I said, you know what? Show me what you get. You know, so I know what to teach you. Because if you already know how, I shouldn't waste my time teaching, right? So she not of this place. She don't know us as Kanaka, you know, but she comes with I this and I that, and I'm like, okay, right on, Shaka, you get them, right? And you know, you know, looking at the menu, I said, okay, so get one beef vegetable soup. You know, she's like, oh, can I get the recipe? I said, okay, all the recipe books are there. They're just guideline. I mean, did you ever make a beef vegetable soup? She go, so can I use chicken stock? And I look at her like, Mary, we is making beef vegetable soup. Why we need chicken stock? You know, and she kind of would look at me like, oh, that's a dumb question. You know, and I was like, okay, focus, you know, we're doing beef today, we're not doing chicken, you know, so show me off, but you know, don't tell me how good you are and you're going to ask me that kind of silly questions because I get a good comeback, you know, like, and I'm busy, you know, I'm a very busy person and I like teach, but if you're going to tell me, stand here, I listen for 1 hour, tell me how good you, show me. You know, but oh, do I use chicken stock in a beef soup? Show me off, like, you know, you get them because I gotta go. You know, like, so, I might not be the best teacher, and but I'm kind. I don't like to throw people under the bus, but if you throw me off, you throw me off. So we're going to just fry up this ulu. Dad, you got some sweet potato cubes. Yeah. So just that, just get it a little bit crunchy, cooked. Yeah. We're gonna throw in a little bit of sweet potato too. And this is going to be the bedding for that locomoco. If you see my dad shaking, it's a sign of him aging, right? And but he still can cook. And he's the best knife sharpener. So I still trust my dad, you know, to be in the kitchen with me. He shake a little bit, but you know, I let him go because he 85 already, so we good. And I can give him that much credit. We get sharp knives.
So his daughter anyway.
Yeah, we get sharp knives, and that's the safest knives. If you get dull knives, that's the most dangerous in the kitchen. Okay. And that. I'm gonna just add a little bit garlic salt. So just let that go.
Got canola, or what?
Yeah, canola oil. But let's be real, whatever's still on sale, that's what you're going to have in your house, right? Unless you can, right on. But, what's on sale at Longs on Sunday is what I get in my house. Yeah. Okay, so just it. So I'm going to open the oven a little bit. You guys can see, the patty's still there. The muffins still cooking.
About how long does the muffins take?
Muffins take, depends on your oven, right? So I'm used to using a convection oven, so it take me one good 20 minutes. This would probably take about 35 minutes. Yeah, so.
So 35 minutes for the muffins.
Yep.
And then the patty.
The patties, whatever, because
Yeah.
it shouldn't take too long, right? So maybe you just time them the same. Yeah, you can time them the same.
Do you have to flip the patties?
Nope.
Right.
Yep, no need flip, no need do anything to them. Okay, so we'll make brown gravy. So this house, yeah, so there's a story about why I live here at Lunalilo home, actually. So I live on, my husband and I, and our youngest son, we live here on property. This house that we in, nobody was in this house for 15 years, but it's part of Lunalilo's property, right? It was always something that they hoped that an executive director or whoever would be able to live in this house, but it was actually built when Lunalilo home was being renovated, and it was an office slash, it's a 3-bedroom house. So when we're asked to come work here, I wasn't job hunting. My husband had just retired from city and county, and we're asked, hey, can you come up and help us at Lunalilo home, and we want to plant food, and we want to better the food quality here at Lunalilo. So I said, let's go check them out, right? And now we live in Hakipu, and I was like, man, I ain't driving all the way to Hawaii every single day. Diane Paloma, are you crazy? And she was like, but Auntie, there's a house on property. She said, and you guys can live there. And I was like, you know what? Okay, shoots, let's go check them out. So we came up, my husband and I sat on, so this is a 5-acre property, and there's no food growing here. There's a lot of grass and just yard. Big 100-year-old Calvin tree on property. Nice, well-kept place, but they're only growing grass, no food. So we sat on the back property on the lawn and just kind of imagined what we would bring to this place. And we sketched out what we thought should be growing here, how it should be growing, where it should be planted, what kind of plant boxes. Our friends, Derek Marr, we told him what we were gonna do and that we were gonna commit to Lunalilo home and come here. And so, we came here in 2018, in May. We started to work here. This house, and my husband, the same year, right after retiring, suffers a heart attack and has an open heart surgery, right? And crushed. Like, what is going on? Like, you know, here you are just retired. We're still young, honey. What are we doing? You know? And you know, by the grace of God, my husband is still here, right? And you know, he pulled through the open heart surgery. He's healthy again, and you know, he's still living. And when he went through that, Diane said, you know what, the house, right? But it needs to be fixed. We put the kahea out to our family and our friends, and everybody shows up. They fixed this house up for us because they knew my husband's condition. They wanted us to be here at Honolulu home, and it took all of our friends, it took a lot of our family to come here, give up every single skill that they had, and we fixed up this house. I mean, down to my Aina Momona kids that came, and you know, this house had any lizard doodle in, and it had yellow carpeting, and it really, you know, was just left unattended. And today we get to really enjoy this space, you know, and we're privileged to be here. We're privileged that we get to be in this house. I get to have my parents here when they need us to cook for them, and you know, they've been here almost a year now because of COVID and my mom not being well early out in the year, and we're able to care for them and enjoy the space together and be true to the work here at Honolulu. It allows me, I go work 4 o'clock every single morning. It's not a problem to walk to work, right? So, and I'm walking 4 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I go down at 2 o'clock in the morning because I kind of sleep, and I just want to get to work, and I just want to do more, and I have alone time in the kitchen. And if you know Honolulu home, it's an old building. So, and if you think no more other people that you cannot see walking around get, you know, and because the door's open, the door's shut, and then you whiff something of, you know, like, you know, and so the story here is that Honolulu, he was a sailor, like, he smoked cigar, so you could smell them, right? And I smell them all the time. So I said, oh, bro, you know, like, pull up a chair. You like talk sorry, let's talk sorry. Or like, what you like me do today? You know, like, this is your place. Like, encourage me to be here. And you know, so we get to be here. We get to be in this house. We get to be on this Aina. We get to give back. We grow food now. And we had our friend company that came and built out my drawing and my dream for planting food, and it's all real now. You know, it's growing, and we have fruit trees, we have calabash, and we have, you know, vegetable boxes, and we have my growing, and tons of potato, you know. So just slide them over. Yeah, and then we're going to make gravy. So can put that back up. So, you know, just the privilege of being here, enjoying your work, enjoying your job. I'm in this phase of my life, and yeah, I'm not going to retire because I enjoy working, and I don't want to be stuck babysitting for my kids. So I'm not going to retire. I love my grandchildren. I already have 16, and that's only 4 of my kids. I get 11 children, and so get plenty more of them. Gotta make babies still yet, so I'm not gonna be stuck for raising them. But you know, I'm gonna enjoy them, you know, and enjoy, you know, what I get to do. And doing this every single day is what I love. Is to make a difference in Kūpuna lives and in making difference in Lahui lives, right? You know, I'm still part of my community. I still give back. And, you know, in COVID in 2021, of 37 years being in business, we shut down. Palikeloha closes, yeah, its doors. And that was, I think for me, what tough moment. Because I built Palikeloha, and we had to shut down because no more business and COVID, and there was no rebound for us guys. All school lunch contracts canceled because the governor's gives out free lunch to all schools. So nobody's going to pay for lunch right now. So we shut down, and all caterings was canceled, and it was really sad to see 37 years of business go into a 10 by 20 space. All of our equipment is stored in a 10 by 20 space that we still have to pay $1,000 a month to store it because we just don't have the space to put it. But it is what it is. We will hopefully by the end of this month let go a lot of our equipment.
But as devastating as it may seem, but we believe, there is a God. And, there's always a plan that we don't know. But, I don't know if she wants to share it, but, she will move on. And there'll still be food service. And we'll be moving, I shouldn't say we, but she will be moving in another, she will always take care of Luna Little, but she'll take exactly what she's doing today to feed Hui again in a different fashion, which hopefully she will be able to share shortly.
Yeah.
I'll be
So
here. I asked the Lord for 80 more years, so I'm gonna be around.
So we get a side commentator, that's my mama, right? So my mom said she would ask God for 80 more years. I said, really, Mom? I gotta put up with you for 80 more years, but I love my parents, and I wish and I pray that they can be here next to me forever, but that doesn't happen. But that's our reality, and I just in this sadness and in this good time, I mentioned this yesterday that is a new business venture that I'm going to be building. And like my dad said, that it's still responsible for feeding Lahui, and but the new venture will be built in the next 2 months. And stay tuned to baby food. That's where we're going to start. But I'm not going to stay only for baby food, because in progression of life, everybody got to grow. So as baby grows, we'll start to grow with her, right? And I already know where's the end of the life cycle, and it goes back to the same food that they were born with. So in between that dash, what do we do, right? So there's a lot of room for growth. There's a lot of room for me to continue to do the foods that I do and responsible for. So, with that being said, stay tuned, because we should be ready in June, actually. And just really doing what I love doing, and just trying to be creative still, and have the opportunity to do it. So Dad, this is pretty easy for this with them in a lot of running mix. Yeah. So we're gonna make gravy in between my tears. Yeah. And packaged gravy. We're making gravy for the local moco. So this packet of gravy, it's a low sodium gravy that I use for Kūpuna. Pretty simple. So that's good. Yeah. Okay, so I think we're pretty ready for serve this loco moco right now. And all I gotta do is just finish it up with the egg.
So Paula in the chat
Mhm.
shared, watch out, Mickey D's. Got new competition here.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna let in for my new business venture, the name and what to look out for. So it's going to be called Aina Haoli. Yeah, and Aina Haoli is happy meal. Yeah, so one is it's simple to remember, using olelo Hawaii. I was given this other name, Hanai Pepe, but I kind of felt that it just allows us to be stuck in the baby zone, and I want to be able to grow as time moves on. So I think how Aina Haoli allows us to do all of this and really take care of the food spectrum and add and as much as we want to, right? It allows for good partnerships. Yeah. Because in my head, you know, it's not about just the baby food, right? The spoon that we feed her with is important. The bib that we put on her is important. Her Vai cup is important for her every single mealtime that I feed my granddaughter. And so all of these things is what we get to be creative about and to add into the business and or just create partnerships, right? Because why should I be making a spoon and get somebody else already making a spoon? So if we partner, right? And then it just allowed all of the growth and success of Kanaka businesses all to rise together and not just like, oh, here I am and you stay over here. Like if we just take this as a whole hui and we all rise together and we all become successful together, then it makes sense, you know? And yeah, so that's just where my mind is right now.
That sounds so exciting.
Yeah.
So we gotta keep sharing
Yep, keep sharing.
and keep in touch.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Yep.
Yeah, one. Okay, so we're going to cook the egg. Get up the potato. The pan for you. So this can I get over here? Yep, when you're ready.
So Calby in the chat shares. Keakua got you, Auntie Tammy. We miss Hale Aloha, but we are excited for what you have on your new adventure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, rice, patty. Building. This is the patty.
How much more you want? Yes, what happens when you cook on the side. You want to split it?
Just a bit. Or you going up to you? Go ahead.
Oh, no, I thought you was going
No,
sunny
just-
side.
But I don't like the white.
Oh, okay.
That's fresh.
So Auntie, does ulu take longer to cook than the sweet potato, the uala?
I was about to say,
Same. So you quarter it, right? So you take the raw ulu, you quarter, and then you steam them. Yeah, so actually ulu faster than uala. Yeah, but if you use the Insta-Pot, the pressure cooker, same timing. Yeah, same timing, 15 minutes, but you still quarter it. Yeah, and it's pretty quick. Yeah, but you know, when you cook 300 pounds of ulu and 300 pounds of sweet potato, then you know you gotta really make sure your equipment is well.
Yeah.
Just put them on clearly.
we never want to.
So you know. So this is our local moco. Yeah.
Awesome.
Looks so good.
That
You got the wow from Puhala. Oh no, and Kala says amazing.
awesome. So yeah, so that's just the biscuit is pretty good and it's hoe.
Cut into that sucker. Yum.
Can we slide up?
Yep.
So this is the ulelo.
Nice.
What we're gonna do is, so remember I said I'm gonna make kulolo butter. So get this other piece of kulolo. So same, I mean, if, you know, you just put them in, get your kulolo in there, in your butter. I actually would use a machine for this. The kulolo butter.
So since you've been talking about the garden
Mhm,
that
mhm.
you and your hubby started.
Yep.
Is it, where is it on the property?
It's right down the hill, right by the kiawe tree on the property. And it's actually the whole back of my house. Yeah, so on the top property, we get all fruit trees, which we just started in April of 2021. We already harvested 6 bunches, like 50-pound bunches of maya, apple maya, and this right here. So this is the last, this is the number 6 bunch. And we were gifted 6 apple banana trees. All 6 trees had fruit. And then we have like at least 30 keiki around it. And it's already starting that next process, right? And then we have 3 huge Williams banana bunches. That's the next banana. We went through mango already here on property. So we make pickle mango. And those trees were here before us. We also planted Hawaiian orange, lemons, tangerine, and they all have fruit on them. Wow. We have 2 avocado trees. We have a ulu tree. We have another mango tree. We have dragon fruit. Yeah, we had like 6 dragon fruits the first season, which, you know, these plants were only planted in April of 2021. Our kalo beds, we already planted 4 times. Yeah, so we already had 4 harvests. Take 9 months, right? Like the baby. Yeah, so we've gone through that. We grow eggplant, we grow long squash. We have cherry tomatoes. We have lots of papaya trees. We have a guava tree. Yeah. And just, you know, good things. We have olena. We have mamaki tea. We have lemongrass. We planted a'ali'i for Dr. Diane Paloma, the hula dancer, you know. She wanted lay plants. So we planted a'ali'i on property for her. We have 1 a'ali'i tree that came from Makakilo, Pulelehua. Yeah, so Mauka, they found a'ali'i up there, and we were gifted one of the a'ali'i plants from there. So we have that for her. You know, and I know you guys know that Dr. Paloma is no longer here at Lunalilo. She moved over to Hawaii Dental Service, but she still has lots of ties to this place. We still talk about her, like we still work over here. But we also have a brand new CEO coming in a few weeks, and he is KS grad, class of 88. His name is Keola Maikalani Dean, but that's his new name. He was Jesse Minor, Mineier. But he's KS, he's born and raised from Nanakuli. So he'll be joining us early May. Yeah, so that was all these announcements were just made this past week. So we're looking forward to new leadership for us, and yeah. So we're excited for the growth of Lunalilo, and the hope is that we get to build out more Lunalilo homes, and not necessarily care homes, but maybe start as adult care centers. Yeah, take food and adult care and go out into communities, right? Then we get to really start to reach out to our people. And I think that's gonna help us make big differences. Okay, so kulolo butter, right? You can use a processor. I guess we used muscle this morning, but should be on, I think. Yeah, you can taste test kulolo butter. Just kind of, yeah. Use good butter.
Yum.
And then, you know, of course, we get the biscuit. So I heating up oil, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna make some ulu chips right now. Okay, I hope you guys know that actually when I cook, I'm not one hot mess. Yeah, and I like to keep order in my kitchen. But you know, since I get my dad, I can make a huge mess in my kitchen, and my dad can clean up. You know, because I'm going back to work. So this is already cooked ulu, just slicing thin. So we're gonna fry them, yeah, and make ulu chips. Yeah, you can do ulu chips from raw, right? But if you get a good slicer, you can make them as thin, potato chip thin, as you like. Okay.
This is the one you had steamed and then froze.
Yeah, this was frozen. This was frozen. Every ulu that we used today was frozen ulu. Yeah.
So when you steam it,
Mm-hmm.
you don't want it to be too mushy.
No.
So that.
Yeah. So, you know, over time you learn. Yeah. What's the timing? You know, you get 1,000 things all going on in the kitchen all at the same time, and you know. So, you know, after a few 1,000 pounds of cooking ulu, you kind of get them. You know.
You can start with one though.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
start with one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now she talking something.
Yeah.
Not to frighten you.
So,
It's good.
yeah. Yep. The oil's hot. No, ask me what temperature. Just if the burger ready, sizzle, it's good.
Do you have any questions, comments while we're waiting for the ulu chips?
You guys should have came and had breakfast.
And hey, Donna, they're waiting for you.
You wait. Should have came.
We're calling out Idana because it was in her suggestion that we do Ipono with Uncle Herbert and Aunty Tammy. So we can thank Idana for being a spark plug for us being here today. So mahalo, Idana.
Mahalo, Tammy and Herbert. I love you folks. Thank you for saying yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, that was fast, Auntie. It cooked up, yeah?
Yep. Because it's cooked already, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
The ulu already cooked. Okay, so definitely ulu chips, ulu biscuits, loco moco. Yeah.
Auntie and Uncle, do you know of anyone who exports ulu? Vincent and Kim are saying they cannot grow ulu in Aotearoa because it's too cold.
So you can buy ulu cooked and frozen. So the processed one is cooked and frozen. And if you look on the website, it's ulu co-op, and they ship all over. So and you know, most of the times what you're gonna find is ulu chips, right? Unfortunately, those ulu chip companies is not for is not Hawaiians. It is, you know, the other guys doing ulu chips, right? And they're the ulu chip company owners. And they're packaging them and they're sending them all over the world. But get nice Hawaiian kind names they use, you know. Again, you know, the bioprospecting of our culture and of our people's ike. And you know, like my dad said, you know, mahalo to Aotearoa for stepping up, stepping in and demanding that government listen to them, to the people of the Aina, and not tell us how to live on our land, right? So, but we're not there yet, Hawaii. We're heading there. We're heading there, and we're working really hard and being vigilant to that. But it takes a little bit more effort, and it takes all effort. So
Education is.
yeah, education is important. Definitely knowing, putting people in better places for leadership is important. So this is what we did today. Anybody get any questions? Anybody like come over eat? You know, come help me work in the kitchen because I gotta go work. And you know, yeah. So you know, it's pretty simple. You know, it's good for you. It's healthy. We didn't put too much of anything that no belong in food. As you guys can still see, like the processed frozen ulu for baking is defrosting, right? And all that liquid, I use that in place of water, right? Because it's the liquid is from the ulu. So we use all of that in baking, and again, baking is an experiment, right? And you go for them, and if no good, you toss them. Don't let nobody else eat them if not so great. But when you get better and you can trial and error, then you know, then share them for sure. But go for it. Feed your family the best food you can find. Take care of each other. And just enjoy relationships in the kitchen. For sure, my dad and myself, we enjoy doing this. Not that we do this every single day either, because you know, like I said, my mom and dad actually they go Safeway. You know, so they go on a date every single day. They're only allowed to go down the road to Safeway. They go to Sandy's, have lunch together, and then they come home. So they're kind of one speed, one place, one same time, same place, kind of Kūpuna, and that way we know they're on the road and safe. Too much traffic here in Oahu and Molokai, no more traffic where they come from, and so you know, this is a lot for them. This has maybe been too much. It's been a long year for them to live here on Oahu with their daughter, but you know, I'm still able to take care of them, and they still be part of my life. So I'm grateful for that time. But you know, in again, just mahalo Nālani and everybody that even still stay on, you know, because I'm sure I'm boring, but you know, just mahalo for coming and listening to all of this chatter and talk story time and kind of show craziness. You know, I think I teach craziness because, you know, this is all what we're going to do on the fly, and how we're going, you know, be curious about Aina food and share what we know best. And even if we don't know, we make sure that we at least try.
Jansom.
Yeah, I'm a chansom kind of person, and you know, yeah. And kitchen. And yeah, so the ladies going to taste test. They're going to let you guys know if it's shareable or not shareable, because I don't even know.
We're ready.
We're ready.
We're ready.
No hesitation. No hesitation.
Hard job. but Somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's gotta do it.
Yeah. So here you
And
guys
the best
go.
part, you guys volunteering too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoon, fork, you guys figure them out. How you guys going? Share that. This. You guys can move that forward.
Okay, so what are we gonna try first?
Ladies.
Okay.
Don't be shy now.
Yes.
I'm a chip person.
You go ahead, go for
Can
it.
I be hot? So yeah.
Maybe the underneath one, all right?
Oh, they're all good, but now.
Yeah, hot and.
This is really good.
You
I
guys
like the
got
garlic
a
sauce.
Michelle helped it. Auntie cut it. Oh,
Really good.
really thin.
Oh, okay. Here we go. This is
Wait, let's get some commentary on the chip first. Okay.
okay.
It's so good, you guys aren't even talking.
It's got a nice crunch, but it's not super crunchy, but there's enough crunch that you can really taste the texture of the ulu, if that makes sense. Go ahead, Tasha, what's your monopoly?
Anything with the chip with some garlic salt, I am all about it. It's really good. Yeah, it's not like that thin like Lay's. It's a little bit thicker.
It's a little
But-
sweet. So it's nice, really nice.
Yeah, I'm going
Yeah.
in again.
Perfect. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not sweet, but it's nice.
Okay, announce what this
Hey.
is.
So here's some muffin with the kulolo butter melted.
Oh yeah, here we
Into
go,
its-
right here. Speechless.
Winner, winner, winner.
Can you taste the kulolo?
I don't know, it melts in your mouth. It's not a dense
Yeah,
muffin,
no.
it's nice and light.
Yeah, 'cause it has the cornbread with the kulolo butter
But then,
and with the ulu in it.
so you can show them this. So this is the cooked No, just a muffin with water. Kuro whites and ulu all inside.
Yeah, yeah. It's really delicious.
A lot of textures, huh?
Yes.
Okay,
That
a little bit higher, Laurie. We can't see. Okay, there we go. Yeah. That looks like some yummy cream that butter is calling to me.
Yes.
You should have came for breakfast,
You
Nālani.
should've
So not fair. All right, Laurie, put your face in the camera so we can see you eat it. Only see hands. Wait, there's only 2 eyes. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. Just like
Okay.
Hooray. Okay.
Beautiful. Nice, really nice.
It's so good.
It is really, really good. I'm not a heavy sweets. This is a nice balance between, there's the sweet is just enough without being too sweet. Like I could eat 10 of these. How's that?
And get 24.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, it's sweet, but it's not overwhelmingly sweet. It has like that really nice balance.
It's the ulu that's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's really the
Yeah.
ulu that's sweet.
that's
Yeah.
true. Uncle's saying how it's the ulu, because there was no sugar.
Yeah, so this is where the sugar all stay, right? In this
Mhm.
whole process, because when I bake them, run it through the processor, skin and all the sugar still stay. I use this water. I never, use any other water. Yeah, so use same water.
So
I
good.
think that's that strong ulu thing.
Mhm.
Okay,
Okay,
we're diving into this
Yeah.
moco.
Yep, go ahead. But
Really.
okay.
Here we go.
yeah or no. Yep, then at least out of your way.
About time with the loco moco. I said cut into that earlier one was pow.
Go in the middle so you can
Oh.
cut right through the egg.
Yes, tease me. Cut it in the middle, that everything drips. Oh my gosh, I drooling.
You guys see it? Yeah.
See all the layers? Wow.
Go for the gusto.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, my mom?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I need to.
I don't want it to melt in my color.
It's really honest system.
The butter one.
Yeah.
All right,
No,
we'll start with this.
The
water.
Okay, I'm all about the perfect bite here.
Let's start. I don't think there's the sweetness.
And then did I
It's
get
not
it all?
overwhelming, but
Yeah.
you can smell it when I
Oh,
cut
yeah.
right through the ulu. But
This is good.
there's no skin in there.
How's the
That-
patty?
The patty is
Doesn't tell you
really
anything
good.
about that.
You like the patty?
Yeah. I think like the whole combination right here is really delicious with the egg and the patty and the gravy brings it all together too.
I'll put more gravy on them. Because I like them all over. So it's good. Again, that's the beauty of things. And, really surprised.
Oh, yeah.
No, I remember you never find this in a restaurant.
Yeah, yeah. And
Uh,
yeah.
But again, it,
So what you're eating is first class food.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a first class actually. Oh, I want to talk about rating.
What is it, 4 stars?
4 stars, yeah, that's a good.
Right, that's the highest?
Yeah, I think so.
4 or 5?
5.
The
5 stars.
Was
Okay,
that
5
the
stars.
Michelin?
Guys, so busy eating, you forgot about the camera. All we see is one spoon.
Oh, sorry, sorry.
Sorry, we're not doing our job.
Somebody had to do the taste testing. Okay.
That's the patties.
Ah, okay.
And you guys get the hottest job.
Yeah. Okay,
There we go.
here's the patties. Hot out of the oven,
Yep.
nice, golden brown. Okay. Back to the loco moco.
With the oh, I see. We're gonna switch view to this iPad so we can see Laurie full on.
Oh,
Yeah,
Grinding. Mm. Again, this is not like sometimes, right, with the hamburger, the can be real heavy.
yeah.
But this is a nice, like I don't think I'll need to really take a nap.
You won't
after
get
I'm
a nap
out,
attack.
but the ulu chunks really give it. I guess that's the heaviest part of it, Jeff.
Mhm.
The ulu and then the
Tofu.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not that heaviness when you eat the hamburger with the rice and you're
Yeah.
like, oh my goodness, that was so good, but now I need to go take a nap.
so good. Breakfast of champions.
Yes.
Did you guys
we
try
have-
the chips?
Oh yes, we tried the chips. There's enough crunch with these, and then the garlic salt. You know,
Mhm.
you fry it, you salt it.
Nice crunch. Like
Mhm.
this is a good whip.
Yeah.
Like even
And there's a little sweetness in it,
Yeah.
like, has a tinge of ripeness,
mhm.
but it's not really.
So don't
ripe.
give away all your ulu from your tree.
Mhm.
Keep all your ulu, steam them, freeze them for the rest of the year, you know? You're always gonna have ulu. Don't give it away, you know?
It's a beautiful snack.
Well, then you get to do all kinds of things with ulu, right? Ulu doesn't go away. What we're doing is creating the yearn to have more ulu in everything that you do, because we just only did breakfast, you know, but no, give them away, keep them, you know, take care of it, feed your family, share with your ohana, share with your neighbors, and so everybody stop cutting ulu trees. Yeah, you know, don't cut your trees, let them grow, let them fruit, because it's gonna feed you. And you know, again, the food of famine, and it carried us to today, and it's sad if we start to just only live amongst cement.
Throw them in your stew. Ooh,
Yeah.
the
So
winner.
yeah. So my mom's over here like, oh yeah, ulu stew, you know, put them in your stew. So you know, that's just a hint maybe for my father for cook ulu stew.
Hint,
know.
hint.
Yeah. But I think, you know, like just showing you guys a breakfast meal. Because of course, you know, we just did what ulu hash, right? And just cook them up with the sweet potatoes from yesterday, and we cook them up and just fry them up like this, and then again we just make one loco moco with them. We hit the rice. We never do rice, but so good for eat like this, and a side of steak would be all right, with ulu hash, right? So and again, anything, but just again, enjoy ulu. Use them. If you grow them, awesome. If you know more and your neighbor be nice to your neighbors, be kind, and so when ulu season come, he can give you some ulu, and share it. Everybody should yearn for this taste all over again. And we don't only make ulu chips with ulu. Ulu is a staple for all kinds of cooking, and from baking to breakfast to chips to whatever.
Coconut milk.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. So anybody get any questions? We get a little bit more time.
Or comments.
Yeah.
Nick is on with us. He's one of our members of the planning team, and he has some ulu resources that he wanted to share with folks.
Yeah, mahalo, Aunty Tammy and Uncle Herbert. Really enjoyed your presentation. I got to view the past ones and help to edit them to put them up on our website. So just mahalo for saying yes and for your investment of time. And the resources that I'm going to put in the chat are from last year's conference, and some of them have Ke Aloha Domingo and the Hawaii Ulu Co-op. There's some videos on how to cook ulu, different ways to use it, how to process it and store it. So just wanted to share with the group. There's a resource link there, and there's my little daughter making noise. She is ono for some ulu too. So mahalo, Auntie, mahalo, Uncle.
Aloha, honey.
Awesome. Melissa asked, what kind of ulu dessert recipes do you go to or use?
So I just did a muffin, right? So you could do ulu cake, right? So like I said, we make banana bread. Why we don't make an ulu bread? Right? So everything that you ono for, yeah, so you can even do a ulu custard. Yeah, so that's why keeping overripe ulu, keeping them in the freezer. You can puree this a little bit more, cook it as a pudding, like a custard, and using as a filling. Yeah, you could just do a ulu pie. Yeah, with this, use a sweeter ulu. Yeah, so like yesterday we did that ko'ele dessert. So if you just had a pie crust, yeah, you put that on the bottom. You make some haupia. Yeah, you can do the same thing with the ulu, like that. Yeah, this is Ted's Bakery time supermarket, but be creative like that. And it doesn't take a lot to make that $20 pie. So ulu season, make all the pies you like. Just make sure you use the sweet ulu. Yeah, make sure, and like, because I process and I keep for when no more ulu season and I get to use this, like that's kind of desserts that I do. I mean, even if you just want to have a ulu flavor, yeah, I would blend this with just regular vanilla pudding. Put ulu inside, right? It can be you the vehicle for your creativeness. Any dessert you honor for, add ulu. Any dessert you honor for, add uala, add kalo, whatever, and just have some. That's I mean, give just recipes and all of that.
Throw me your turkey stuffing.
Mom, no, give them all my stuff.
Sorry.
Yeah. So you know, since my mom's going there with Thanksgiving. So during Thanksgiving here at Luna Lilo Home, we do a big emo fundraiser, right? That sustained our Kūpuna here, and it gives, you know, it helps to take care of Kūpuna. So we do a community fundraiser. We cook 400 turkeys, and I do a complete meal set that you can purchase. So I do an uala mash, right? So instead of mashed potato, it's uala mash, right? And then I do one kalo ulu stuffing for your stuffing. I make one poi muffin for your bread. We do a pumpkin ulu dessert. Yeah, so pumpkin crunch. We add ulu to the pumpkin, right? So, and again, right, we learn to be creative, and that's what we do here, and we do everything that is us as Kanaka. Yeah, for Thanksgiving, and we sell out every year. So we do 200 complete meals and 400 turkeys, and you know. So stay tuned. Check Luna Lilo's website. That comes out in October, and then it sells out quickly. Our limit for the complete meals, my max number, because only I cook the whole complete meal for 200 people, 200 families, because it feeds 6 people. And anyway, but yeah, so my max is I can do 200 families on Thanksgiving. It's a tough time for us guys as one family. And I continue to do it because of this loss. 2019, Thanksgiving Eve is when my brother Kealoha passed away. And it was just craziness, right? 2019, I'm in the kitchen cooking, and my husband comes to the kitchen to give me the news, and he's devastated, he's crying, and I'm like, "Hon, are you okay? We only gotta do 400 turkeys." And he just looked at me and he said, "You know, your brother just died." Oh, and this is my brother that was able to travel the world on Pono Kuleana. And, you know.
And he was sharing all of this too.
And he was doing exactly what I do for food. And, you know, but he was privileged enough to travel and be on Pono Kuleana and be part of, you know, Malama Honua. And losing him was a big thing. For me personally, and how do you still commit to your commitment in a most devastating time? I looked at my husband, I said, "You do your turkeys, I do my meals. I gotta take care of my mom and my dad. I gotta go let them know. I gotta go look for my brother. He died in a work accident, and you know, and we functioned, and now I gotta go look for my nephews, look for my niece, look for my sister-in-law, and you function. And we're here today and sharing all of this and talk about these times in our lives that we just, you know, going through a pandemic, and how do you deal with these things? And he passed. You know, and I think about this a lot, and I say, you know, what did he know that we didn't know? A pandemic was coming. You know, because his whole level was, of course, humongous and all of this, and you know, and then we shut down. Our lives shut down in 2020, right? And but what did he know? What did he? Because it was an accident, and you know. But my work today, the drive is still there. Thanksgiving is still important. We still move on, and we, even if it's a hard moment, but we stay committed to our lahui in the fashion of Kuleana. And he definitely was a big part in our imu here at Lunalilo. And, you know, as Kolohe as my brother was, you know, we miss him a lot. And 2021, his son passed away. His second oldest boy of stage 4 leukemia. He didn't have any clue that he was sick. And within 24 hours of being told he had leukemia, my nephew passes away. And so how more devastating can it get for one family?
But again, we still move on.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
And again, you know, this is only one family we're talking about, but you know, there's many others that continue. But again, you know, we're thankful that we can move on because we have to move on.
Yep.
You know, that is known that we will not always be here.
Well,
But-
even in that, we continue to strive.
Yeah. Amen.
And that's the only way to move forward.
So
We
all of
cannot
this
say
food
that.
making, continue to do Aipono, we honor that. And
You know, I just wanted to just touch on Keloa from Kaava. You know, he's doing a great job too. And, you know, we honor him too because, you know what, we're not in competition. You know, he say, oh, what, you know, he does this. Yes, but it always be different. Whatever, you know, because, but then we come from the same place actually. He just was a few miles away from us, grew up the same way, do the same things. So, you know,
Yeah.
but we're fortunate at such a small place that we can affect our lahui to move on and not say, oh no, come with us. This, no, it's not, because it is important that, you know, everybody has something to share.
we got to create more guys that can chance them.
Yeah.
That's what this is. It's not about just Uncle Herbert and Aunty Tammy know what they're doing. It's everybody can do this. Just
That's
gotta
a
chance them.
compliment because we don't know what.
Yeah, you just gotta chance them, and you gotta stay vigilant, and you gotta stay. The Kuleana is real to keep our food going and to have this in the next generations. If we don't do it, we don't save it, we don't talk about it, we don't share it, it all goes away. And if we're going to keep pouring cement on our aina, we're not going to be able to grow food. So stop growing, pouring cement. Let's grow food, and let's make sure that the next generation is always going to have these things available to them, and so that our people can thrive in our spaces. And like we say, we all got to do it, and no matter who it is, support them, and let's just all do it, and be kind to each other. That's the first thing, and work with aloha, share aloha, and that's what we can do. And do your best. And if you ain't doing your best, you better figure it out. And you better check yourself, and
invite them to come and have a meal.
Yeah. You guys know where I live, Lunalilo home. If you guys come my house and not home, vacuum my house, at least a vacuum available.
Wash your dishes.
Yeah, help yourself to whatever's in my icebox on the counter. Just clean up after yourself. And my door always open, lock our house, and come check us out over here at Lunalilo. And we're always open. I mean, I'm at Lunalilo every single day, doing my thing and working and providing meal for our Kūpuna, and to make sure in our Kūpuna's lives that we are honoring them with the best food we can. So that's what I'm honored to do, and I get to do it. Yeah. So anybody else?
Yeah, Aunty Tammy and Uncle Herbert just gave us all Kuleana to take care. We're so grateful that they've opened their hale to us and allowed us to come see what they do to give us inspiration.
But you guys cannot go sandy beach with us.
A lot of love and support in the chat for you folks, and people are very appreciative and honored that you shared so openly with us and inviting us. Like we feel like ohana, just even though we're not there with you in person, definitely in spirit. So mahalo nui.
Anybody want to share their cameras? Any comments? We got a couple minutes. So Auntie Tammy and Uncle Herbert can see you folks.
Don't be shy.
I want to mahalo you guys. Awesome. I watched all 4. I love you talking, you sharing, you know, your mo'olelos, your feelings, you know, that's all. And just all the love and everything you put in. And yeah, I'd be drooling over here. Okay. I'm like, cut that open. Okay, do that one now. But mahalo nui for what you guys do.
Awesome. Mahalo.
Uncle Herbert, I have a question for you. I was wondering, growing up in Hakipu'u, did you eat a lot of ulu poi growing up? And if so, could you share maybe a quick mo'olelo about how you would eat ulu when you were young?
Well, poi we didn't, you know, we didn't really use ulu for poi, with poi, you know, as the poi product. But, you know, like I mentioned earlier, that doesn't mean we, you know, didn't eat a lot of poi, but ulu. But again, I did mention that thought of, you know, ulu is so, taro is good too, and I love taro, and we eat it a lot because it was our backyard anyway. But it has really significance together, but it's really apart, because with kalo you gotta know what you're doing. If not, you cannot eat it, right? You know, even from the corn to the leaves. You know, I don't know if you guys ever experienced eating that kind of thing raw. You know, it will not work. You know, and it's difficult to, because it's like glass that and it's going down your throat. I don't know how you take care of it, but you cry a lot because of it. But anyway, but what was important, and you know, when my, you know, granddaughter was at Kamehameha School, we were able to have the spring break held at Kuloa Park. And they learned all of this that we're doing, and we always ended up with an imu. Most of the time, the ulu came from our house because that's where it was. And again, but then it was like, you know, me sharing how we ate down the beach because it's right there. That was our playground anyway. So ulu was always important. And again, because you can eat it any way you want, but then it was always available. There's other things that, you know, in Hakipu'u that we don't want to share too much because we don't want to expand that place. You know, if it stay like that, you know, good.
Yeah.
You know, and if we're causing a lot of traffic, that's good too. I hope they don't expand the road because, you know, that kind of limits what's there. And there's not too many places that is like Hakipu'u. But it can, but it can provide a lot. And it does. And for us, you know, we have that opportunity, like I said, in education, that all of the kids from that was attending from, what's that?
Kamehameha.
Kamehameha School. Let me tell you, they're just as, ignorant as, everybody else. Never mind, their background, because they live Hawaii Kai, they live every other place and don't have these things. So to come just to Hakipu'u, pick up limu, all of these things, it's right in Hakipu'u. But then I don't want to talk too much about it because I'm not inviting people to come Hawaii Kai. Okay?
All good, Uncle. Mahalo for sharing. Mahalo.
Yeah.
Amen.
So basically, my dad them growing up was eating ulu down a beach. Yeah, they talk about that. So they dig on hole, make fire, throw the ulu on the fire, go swim, go fish, go do whatever, and then that was their lunch for the day is the ulu that was on that open fire, and so yeah, so that was all good, and my dad talked about a lot of that story about, and till today, my kids when they go hakipu and go down the beach, it's the same thing. They're gonna make a fire, throw the ulu on, and then they're going fishing and something, and that's what lunch is, and they're not taking happy meals down to the beach.
But maybe because we make it better. Yeah.
Mahalo.
Yeah. Mahalo. Okay.
So I'm just gonna share screen. Anybody else has any comments or questions, please throw them into the chat. We want to mahalo Auntie and Uncle and Auntie for sharing with us, and also Tasha and Laurie there to taste test. We are so jealous. I say that every time. Okay, so I hope you can see my screen. Just a mahalo to everyone for joining as well. We really appreciate having this time with you folks and to exchange thoughts and aloha. And here's Auntie's email, and she welcomes everyone to contact her for if you have questions. As she mentioned, she's really open, and if she could have us all over, she definitely would. So mahalo for joining. Aloha ila mai kai. Have a wonderful day. I'm sorry?
Oh, we cannot see your shared screen.
Oh, okay. Kalamai.
Oh, wait.
Well, here we go. How about now?
There you go.
All right. Got him. Thank you, Tasha. So here's Auntie's email. Mahalo nui.
Okay, be on the lookout for Aina Hau'oli.
Yeah.
Hi.
Mahalo.
Aloha.
Okay.